Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Perfect Pair. We have a special guest with us today, and so I'd like to welcome you to joining with me. Words again. You're gonna have to help me, Jody. I'm Kara Balmer.
I'm Jody. Welcome to Perfect Pair, where we talk about things quilting.
Mostly quilting.
And other things.
And all things fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we are just happy to have you here with us. Give us some hearts and some thumbs up and likes on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know that you're here, where you're tuning in from. You seen any crazy places that people are joining us today, Mr. KP?
Get my mic on. Nothing too crazy. Kind of the normal.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're from far away from Minnesota, let us hear it.
Yeah. We'd love to know. Quilts on set today. You pulled the quilts today. What do we have?
I did. I pulled the same name, June, making it very simple for us. Behind us is a June, and that one I picked because of it just looks springy in summer, and I'm feeling like we need some really happy stuff.
You're right.
And behind Mr. KP is June with Marcia Durst, and I absolutely love all those fabrics.
Let's go to the wrong side.
Yeah.
I never do the right one. This one.
Yeah.
That's our newest June, right?
Yes, our newest June, and from Bundle Club.
Yep.
So if you aren't a member of Bundle Club, join.
I really like
Get
this one.
Bundle.
I know, it's one of my favorites.
It was a huge hit. We brought it to Phoenix for QuiltCon. We sold out of it. It was the first bundle we sold out of.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Bet.
It was awesome.
She's a very popular designer, so
And then she came to our booth.
She
picture on
did?
the show last month.
Yep, she did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was really cool to meet her.
It was really cool. She walked in, she's like, she was very like, chill, I'm Marcia. Like what? We were so excited.
It's so funny when we meet our quilty famous people.
Yeah.
I get more excited about that than I would if I met someone really famous.
I know, right? Yeah, so it was really fun to meet her, and she was just chill, and she was excited about what we had done with her fabrics, and yeah, she was
Have you met a famous person?
like a very famous person.
Me.
All right,
The
we'll
famous
let you have
Mr.
that one.
KP.
Yeah, like I'm trying to figure out which is the most famous I've met.
I'm just busting to tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
Oprah. I met Oprah.
You did?
Yes.
That's really cool.
That is cool. I even have a picture with her. My friend and I were in Weight Watchers, and she entered in a competition to go on this trip to Santa Barbara, and she took me. It was the most amazing trip I've ever had in my entire life. But yes, I did get to meet Oprah. She was as gracious. She was very kind, very...
Did you find anything under your seat?
No, but I will tell you though, they gave us all kinds of crazy stuff, like, massages and, the whole spiel. So we were definitely pampered, but that is the most famous person I've ever met.
Anybody that famous.
And to be honest, I am not a fangirl. Like, that's
I'm
typically
either.
not how I am.
Yeah.
I started crying when she walked in the room.
Really?
Yeah, that's not like me.
Yeah.
So.
No, I've never been like fangirly.
Me neither. Except for when I met Gudrun. Then I was a little fangirly then, but that's my famous quilty people. Yes, very intimidating.
I got to meet Alice Cooper and drive his car.
Ooh, yeah, that would be fun.
That was
I
pretty
don't think
cool.
I've met a famous...
Well, you've met a few, with your previous job.
Yeah, I used to do valet down in Phoenix. And
You used to do what?
valet, like drive cars.
Oh,
So that was
fun.
awesome.
Right up his alley, 'cause you
Yep.
drive fancy cars.
And so I got to meet a bunch of baseball players during spring training, and a bunch of Suns players like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. That was really cool.
Are they nice or are they jerks?
A lot of them were actually really nice,
Good.
which was good.
It's always hard when they're...
And Alice Cooper was nice. Like, you got a big tip from him.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big music person, so I would love to meet a famous music person.
My my stepdad is married to the lead guitar from Stick. So we've gone to a lot of Stick
Oh, fun.
and met the band, and that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Stick.
I love that era of music.
Yeah. For sure. All right, moving on. So we talked about the quilts behind us. Now we are moving on to our national days. I'm really excited about the national days this month. Last month, keep putting this right in front of my face, Mr. KP.
Move over a little bit.
And we all go the wrong way.
Last month, boring national days. This month, a little more exciting. First one, National Spray Tan Day.
I can get behind this.
I've never had a spray tan.
Okay, well, I have, and it was not good. And it was right. I was smart enough that I got it, like, my son was getting married, and I got it, like, on a Sunday. So at least by Saturday, it kind of,
Looked okay.
yeah, faded. But, yeah, it was not,
Yeah, I did a lot of, I shouldn't even say a lot, but, like, tanning bed
yeah,
tanning
me too.
in high school.
Yeah.
Before prom, I went, and I ended up getting an allergic reaction. And I woke up on Friday morning, prom Saturday. I woke up on Friday morning, and my face was so swollen, like you couldn't tell the bridge of my nose. I was so swollen, like everywhere.
No.
And I was mortified. I didn't go to school.
Oh.
I didn't. My mom kept me home. We called the doctor. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't go to prom looking like this.
I used to work
Luckily-
in a tanning salon.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Luckily, my face was fine.
And we kind of have the same, I'm very fair,
Yeah.
and I get red really easily,
Yes.
so I've just grown to now, it's like, I am what I am.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not going to try to,
No, I haven't been in a tanning bed for years either.
No.
Which is, it is, I helped out.
I'm
Catching some of these famous people meetings.
Having the game. Thank you, Angela. I love it.
that's cool.
Was he nice? I feel like
He would be nice. Me too, I think
Yeah.
so.
I met
Rudy?
Rudy from the movie. Oh, that's my husband.
Oh, she's like, oh, that's not so cool.
I've heard this story before.
I heard the story before.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's fun. Keep them coming. Let us know who
Yeah.
you've met. It's absolutely incredible Kids Day.
I have some absolutely incredible kids.
Oh, you are one? You are one.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
I
you.
have to say, he's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I feel like I work with my own children, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, isn't that fun? Then we have National Farm Rescuer Day. This is amazing to me. Like,
Yeah.
this is just what America's all about, I feel like.
Yep.
Sorry, technical difficulties.
No, my mic isn't on. Can you people hear
That's
me?
why you guys can't hear her.
There we go. Can
So
hear
you
me
were talking the
now?
whole time and nobody could hear you. So they're like,
It was
Jody's
coming
taking
through
over the
yours a
show.
little
Oh,
bit.
okay, good.
Okay, here we go. National Farm Rescuer Day. Again, this I feel is like what America's all about, helping out our fellow farmers,
Yeah.
our neighbors.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's something I don't think we do as well nowadays. And
No.
without our farmers, we don't have food and
We don't have
clothing
anything.
on our backs and all of those things. So I think that we need to get back to that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the culture that we live in right now.
Yes. Yes.
National Proposal Day. Okay. You got a good story?
No.
You don't?
Well, I mean, no, not really.
Okay. Okay.
Do you?
So,
I don't know if I know this story.
oh, well, let's just share it real quick. I married my high school sweetheart. We started dating in 8th grade
Oh.
on
I love
in
this story.
December. And so then 9 years later, when we got engaged, he proposed to me on our anniversary. And,
Aw.
yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't like, it was special for us.
I can say that I can talk about my youngest son's proposal because
yeah.
I think it's kind of funny. They're getting married in October, so last year he took her away for the weekend, and he is not a good liar. And he can't hold a secret, and so he had this ring for like weeks and weeks, and a couple times she almost found it, kind of things. And then they do this really cute thing where they have a book that they write in all the time. So like they'll write messages. Well, he wrote in the back of the book about it So he was going to present it to her. So she pulled the book out to write something about their trip. And he was like, can you not look at that book right now? Like, anyway, so he couldn't wait. The first day they got there, he proposed, and then they called me, and she's crying. And I'm like, did you think he wasn't going to do it? And she's like, I was starting to wonder.
Cute.
So I thought it was really super cute.
That is good. It's National Native HIV and AIDS Awareness
I love
Day.
this, yeah.
It's National Ravioli Day.
Okay, that's my day.
You like that day?
I'm a big Italian fan.
I do love Italian.
Yeah, me
and,
too.
Yeah. I don't eat ravioli as often,
Mm-hmm.
but I do like it.
I love it.
Chef Boyardee ravioli?
No.
You got higher standards.
I have a lot higher standards than that, and be mad at me for that.
We have a new bundle, or it's on a pre-order, and it's Olive Grove, but I've been calling it Olive Garden like all week, and Nancy's had to correct me a couple of times. Like, it's Grove. I'm like, I must have Italian. I must be craving some
Yes.
Italian right now. Oh, free cone at Dairy Queen.
Oh, we need to go do that.
Thanks, Sue.
That's
Yeah,
a lunchtime deal.
That is.
I agree.
I think so. Do you think it would be wrong if we went in there and said, we need 16 cones? We're going to bring them back to work. Speaking of Nancy real quick, Nancy wasn't feeling well today, so that is why Jody is filling in.
Poor
So,
Nancy.
Nancy, if you're watching, I hope you're starting to feel better.
And we miss you.
She was not great this morning,
No.
so we sent her home.
We had to kick her out.
Yeah, she was
She
being a
wanted to be
trooper. She wanted to be here for the show, and then she was going to go home, and we're like, no, it's not worth it. You are sick, and I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
Go home.
But
Take care
the
of
most
yourself.
important day ever,
Right.
it's the first day of spring.
It's the first day of spring, which leads me into my recipe. I wanted to make something springy. So I brought in the most awesome, I haven't tasted it really. I've tasted the topping. It is, I don't know if you can see the picture very well.
Keep going. There you go.
It is no-bake mini key lime pie.
I love a good key lime pie.
Yeah, so it was super easy. Everybody should make it. Like, if you like key lime, this is easy. Graham crackers, unsalted butter, cream cheese, sweetened condensed milk, key lime juice, and whipped topping. You make your graham crackers with your butter. I did throw a little bit of sugar in there because that's how I make my graham cracker crusts. So I did put some sugar in. I just sprinkled maybe, I don't know, a couple teaspoons of sugar into my graham crackers and set that aside. And then I did let my cream cheese come to room temperature. I mixed it up, added the sweetened condensed milk. I added the lime juice. I did buy limes and juiced them. It didn't quite get 3/4 of a cup because that's what it's called for. So I did add just some regular concentrate lime juice. My limes weren't as juicy as I anticipated them
They're
to be.
hard to get out of.
Right? And then I gently folded in the whipped topping, and then I put it in cupcake liners and put the graham crackers on top. And then you put it in the freezer for about 4 hours, and then you take them out, take the liner off, flip it upside down, and then top it with the whipped cream. So like a whipped
Okay.
topping.
I'm going to try this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over to mine.
Isn't it good?
Mm-hmm.
Refreshing.
And it's
Spring-like.
light.
It is light. Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've already had this before, Mr. KP, right?
I've never made it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I was just looking for something. You like it, Mr. KP?
And it's
I
not
approve.
it's not super sweet.
It's not super sweet. It's not super tart.
Yeah, because sometimes they can be really, really tart.
Yeah, just watching us eat.
You guys will have to make this. This is really, really good.
And super easy. There's no bake. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make this again. When I was making it, I went to go get my muffin tin. And it was not there. Yeah, my husband took it, and he took it out to the garage because he was making little fire starters. Yeah, so I didn't have my cupcake tin, so I had to put my liners into a cake pan and smush them all together so they didn't get as formed as nicely.
Don't you love
So
when your
we
kitchen
can blame him.
kitchen utensils end up in
Anywhere
garage.
Anywhere else but
The
the kitchen?
garage, outside.
Yeah.
I've only caught him grabbing my scissors one time. And he came downstairs and he grabbed.
Fabric scissors?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Like, I cut people for that. Like that.
I've learned
not
that's
good.
a no-no.
Yeah. And he picked them up, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm gonna cut this shirt up so I can use it." I'm like, "Okay, only cloth." And he's like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on here?"
Sounds like
Crazy
he knew
lady.
a little bit.
He
too,
did
though.
know. It's kind of like me. He's a carpenter. It's kind of like me picking up a jigsaw or something, and he'd be like, "What in the heck is going on with you?"
So what have you been up to this month?
What have I been up to? I have no pictures because I'm not good about pictures, but I've been sewing a lot, getting used to my new job that I've had now
Yeah.
here, and loving the fact that I'm not traveling
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
We have been in a 6-year-long house remodel. And so we finally got carpet in our back room, which is kind of like our TV room, after 6 years.
Remodel projects take 10 times longer. Than
Oh,
you anticipate
especially
them
because
to
we
be.
do everything ourselves, and it's his process. And we purchased the house; it's his childhood
Oh, yeah, you were
home,
saying that.
and so we're getting down. The projects are getting smaller and smaller, so I'm excited about that. I got to spend some time with my boys last Sunday or the Sunday before, so I always love doing that.
Yeah,
My boys are about the same age as Mr. KP, and they're just so fun.
Yeah.
Fun at
Are
that
they in the
age.
area?
They are. They live about 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, maybe a couple miles from me. And
Nice.
no grandkids yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then we have a wedding coming up. So we've been
Yeah,
doing
that's
some
fun.
planning of that.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, it's been good.
Good.
What about you?
I have had a very quiet month, which is okay. So
Yeah.
I got some sewing done. I took a couple of snapshots of quilts that I have been working on that are on my design walls. So this first one is a Clarissa
Oh,
made
that's
out of the
fun.
Desert Moon bundle.
Yes.
Um,
They're a full desert moon.
full Desert Moon. Yes.
I like that.
Full Moon Desert.
Full moon desert.
Yeah. We have
Something like
two
that.
Moon Desert bundles here. So we had to give one an extra little bit of a
Yeah.
name so we didn't get confused around here. So yes, so Full Moon Desert. This is a Dear Stella line. I love it. And then I use some chalk and charcoal for the accent.
Oh, yeah.
And then I made a Nikki that with a
I love
this
that.
is Desert Oasis, and it was a bundle that we had a while back, but I had it and got it.
I haven't made a
quick done
Nikki
up.
yet.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
I really like seeing how the bundles come together because some of them I don't love right away.
Yeah.
And then I'll see them in a quilt and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my design wall is in Mr. KP's bedroom where he's currently staying. So he gets to look at me. I come in there and I'm messing
She
around.
asked me if
and-
it looks good.
Yeah. I get
Ask
his
for opinions.
opinion. And then one of my sons turned 21 this last week.
Oh, fun.
So he's my character, as you can see, because he's got a stash on that says it's my birthday, and he's standing right in front of the sign that has his birthday on it that shows that he is legally 21, and he had his first beer, of course. And yeah, we just went for burgers. He got to pick where he wanted to eat, and then Mr. KP went home with him because he lives down by the university, and so they ended up playing video games all night, and they didn't even go out. My mama
Aw.
heart was so happy.
It's so
We
hard when
played
those
Wii.
kids turn 21
It is.
because you know what you did.
Right. And I was like the first to turn 21, so I didn't have anybody of
I
my
know.
friends to go out with. So I was like, mine was pretty low key too, which was okay.
Mine was not low-key. I do not want to repeat that process ever again, which is why I'm not a big drinker anymore
Right,
because
right.
I don't like that
You
feeling.
learned on your 21st?
Yeah. No, well, it took me a little bit longer to learn, but
You got there.
I got there.
All right, we have some winners from last month.
Oh, yes.
You want to go over
Yeah.
those?
So the question was, what is your favorite thing to do in the spring? And so people, spring is kind of hard around here because sometimes you never know when it's going to happen. So
don't know
our
what you're gonna get.
first winner is Rose Dickinson. And she says her favorite thing about spring is all the gorgeous flowers, which I agree. I think that's you know, when they start coming up is really fun. Feels refreshing. Our second winner is Bonnie Merchant. I'm so sorry, Bonnie. Broad Merkel. Hopefully I didn't totally hack that up. So spring is for walking on the beach, sometimes in a sweatshirt. Okay, she must live by the ocean somewhere because that does not happen here.
Right.
And I'm jealous, Bonnie. So, but congratulations. The third one is Carolyn DeFord Solomon. And she loves cleaning up her flower gardens, looking for spring flowers, pushing up through the ground, renewed, feeling renewed, which is great.
Now, we've had like touches of it this
We've had
March so far.
Yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
kind of like, I don't know who I was just talking to, like you just want to get out in your garden, but you can't do
can't.
anything yet.
Yeah.
So you just get to kind of look at the deadness still
But
and get excited for it
the
and plan for
birds.
it. Oh, yes.
Oh,
We
I
talked
love
about
that.
too. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden the birds are back.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
awesome.
And then our winner of the Yazzie bag is Diane Deacon.
Oh, yep, Diane Deacon. Oh, congrats, Diane.
And so she says, my favorite thing to do in the spring is get together with family and friends, either go out for a good meal. So sometimes I take a drive to Lake Michigan and enjoy being near the water,
Yeah.
which I agree. I love being anywhere near water. So thank you guys so much for coming and joining us and making comments and really just participating because it makes this so much easier and fun when you guys do that. So
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
Diane's in here somewhere.
Is Diane in there?
I saw her name
Oh,
earlier.
good.
Congratulations.
Well, yeah, and the retreat's going on right now,
Oh,
so I'm wondering how many
yeah.
people are at retreat or how many are
Oh.
doing retreat, trying to watch us. but
Yep,
I don't know.
that's right.
Anyway, so we have our winners, and now we have our favorite things.
Over your face
Over my
again,
face
sorry.
again.
You just have to
You
get
could,
taller.
like, put it in between the two of us in the middle. Is that possible?
Yes, but I need a little bit more time than right now.
No, I'm just saying for the future.
Okay. Or maybe up top.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
I'm going to criticize you. I'm sorry. My
It's
favorite
okay.
things currently right now are the heat-resistant thimbles. I actually use them for just my hand sewing because I like that they're thinner, and I need 2 of them. They come in a pack of 3, but I like to have 2 when I'm hand sewing, not just 1, because I've been doing some heavier. I've been working on a couple of bags, and I've been hand sewing on some binding because I don't like.
Yeah, sewing
Sewing
on a sewing machine. Yeah.
Yeah, and even binding on a quilt on a sewing machine. Okay, binding a bag on a sewing machine, I have not had success with it, and I have
Me
much more
neither.
success with. Hi, you are multitasking. Hi, Diane. Yes, I was wondering. So anyway, I've got my thimbles.
I've used those for ironing.
Yeah, when you've got to get to real close.
Yeah, because I mean, I've actually even burned myself, like, because the steam gets so hot,
yes.
like, you know.
Yeah.
So I have used those so that I don't melt my nail polish off my fingers.
Well, that's another good use for them.
Yeah,
Think about
yeah.
that. I never have nail polish on my fingers, so that doesn't apply.
But yeah, I have used those before.
Yeah, so that's what I'm using right now. What about you?
Well, I am, of course, have loved these forever, but I love the organizing stickers and the large clips. So, you know, I've never seen large clips like these until Gudrun made them, right?
Right.
So the best thing about
You want
that
to go to the overhead, Mr.
is that for these large clips is that they actually, you can put a lot on these. You know, like they are open wide. I use them in bags, like clipping the bags together, that kind of thing. But the biggest thing I've been using them for is I'm working on dangerous. So I use them to clip all of my fabric together. So I keep all of my 1.5 inch strips, and then I use the organizing sticker to put the number that I'm like, so this says 1.5 inches on there. And so I keep them together that way. So when I'm working on that, I can go, if I need a 2.5 inch strip, then I just go here and I put them together. But look at how much fabric you can actually like clip together. I mean, that's a lot. And that's not full. Like, I could probably keep adding on there. So that's what I've been doing. The other thing I use them for is keeping my cut pieces. So for Dangerous, there's a lot of little pieces. So I mark them, like I mark fabric 1, fabric 2, fabric 3, and so then all I have to do is go and pick up those pieces after I cut them. So I brought in my block for Dangerous. This is the first one. We actually have the second Dangerous block being released next week, so I'm excited about that. And I'm just using my batik scraps. I was a fabric rep for Riley Blake, so I have a lot of headers, and so I've been using up some of that for this. So that was kind of the fun part. So so we have 3 different colors in the large clips. We have red, which is this color. I think I have a red one here. We have a red one, we have green, and we have pink in the large. And you get a lot in these. I mean, there's a lot of
40 in there.
Yeah, so if you don't have these, you guys, you need to go get them because they're the bestest.
Yeah, they really are.
So
Yeah,
that's
and there's
what
a purpose for both. Like, I like my littler clips for like when I am binding, I like the littler ones personally.
Yep.
These do the job as well, the big ones, but it just feels like
different.
the way it holds. It's different. Yeah, the way it holds the binding on. But then for these, like with my other parts of my bag, that works much better because they're thicker. The bag is thicker, and so it just.
Yeah, I love it. I think they're great, and so I've been using them a lot lately.
I got a question.
What is a header? Oh. Probably should have explained that. So when you, as a fabric rep, sometimes you get fabric, and so they put it on a header, and it has multiple pieces of the fabric you're showing, and at the top has an explanation of what is in the header. I wish we had one. I should have brought one in here. I wasn't expecting that. So that's what a header is.
Yeah. So it's just
a sample
like
piece.
11 inches, typically 12 inches wide, and then they just kind of layer down 8, 10, 12 fabrics depending on what's in the collection or whatever. And then it's a cardboard piece on the top that just lists.
Just a really easy way to see all the fabrics in a collection.
Yeah, exactly. And there isn't enough that you
can do much with it.
Yeah, so you kind of have to use them in scraps. Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. All right.
So, I lost my script.
Oh, I took it from you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry, I didn't have one, and now I have 2. We are moving on to our perfect picks.
Okay, so I have had this in the works. I have not done it yet, just so we know, but I have had this in the works for a while. It's Gloria, and what I loved about this Gloria is the gradation of the color in each of the blocks. I'm also a huge, huge fan of cherry wood fabrics. Yeah. And so I really wanted to make Gloria with cherry wood. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what my thought process is around that. So if you can go to overhead, Mr. KP. I took 2 bundles, if you can see that. I took the Color Wheel Dark and the Color Wheel Medium. And I paired up the different colors. Oops, sorry. I paired up all the different colors on there. So I took a medium yellow and a dark yellow. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to pick, I just want to show you kind of the color. I colored these out. So the dark ones are going to go in the center, and then I'm going to take the medium of it, and it's going outside. So it's a really fun way to play with color. And picking out different colors and playing with the color wheel. And so I'm really excited to figure out how this process is gonna work. And then I'm gonna use a shadow play black because I love anything that is gonna pop out the colors. Yeah, but you could use white, you could use a cream, however you want. But this is what I'm only in the thinking stages right now.
But
I haven't
already
actually
colored.
Yeah.
You've fold your fabrics
Yeah.
and combine them. So you're well on your way.
I am. So hopefully I'll get to cut
and
those
you've
up.
taken them out of the bundle, so now you have to do it.
I know I have to. Right. Yeah, for sure. So that's Gloria.
So one thing that I have wanted to do is make a quadrants quilt. And Mr. KP, if you can go to the overhead, I just want to show you what my thought process was. Quadrants is in the Stripology Squared book. And so while I was flipping through, I've looked at it a couple of times. This is my inspiration. I love that it has got kind of this low volume background, and then it's got scrappy pink and orange for the blocks, or the, what are they?
Mm-hmm. The blocks.
Yeah, the T, because there's 4 blocks to it. Anyway, and so it was kind of my inspiration, and I've wanted to do something with it for a long time. So what I did was, Mr. KP, if you could show that picture. This is the block that I did, and all it is this, now I'm going to send you back to the overhead. I'm going to make you work today. I grabbed, it's a gradient euphoria color, an eruption rainbow. So this is 1 yard of fabric, and I just cut it up. And I loved this one when it came in. I was so excited that I just had to figure out what to make with it. And so that led me to quadrants, and I just grabbed scraps of white and black. So it's scrappy in the sense that it's just my remnants from blacks and whites that I'm just creating the block. So I'm really excited about how it turned out so far. And you can take my blocks, and I'm gonna, the picture up there was white in the center, but here it is with black in the center instead. And so then, yeah.
I love, when I saw this up on the wall, I was like, I love that so much.
Yeah, it was fun, you know, and with Gudrun's patterns sometimes I'm always like, oh, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna get there?
Yes.
Is it gonna look like it's supposed to?
Right.
And then they just come together because you do a bit of cutting and sewing back together and the different processes.
So
like
to get the white, you just flip it, right?
yeah, so then I just flip it, so will be it. I'll have some black and some white that'll be, so then these will turn into
I love that.
those.
She's always so good about that multi-use block. You know,
So yeah,
I love it.
I'm excited. They came together, and yeah, I'm very excited. So we have a few of these 1 yards out there. If you haven't figured out what you want to do with it, that's fine, but I encourage you to go grab a couple of 1 yards of the gradient euphoria color, because it is just a fun.
It is fun.
fabric.
I love that. I have not, honestly, to be honest, I've not done one quilt in that book, and I really need to, because it looks like it's got some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I got a question.
Stripology Squared, yes. Yep, go ahead.
I don't know if you know the answer.
oh, you're gonna need about 4 yards, about 4 yards of fabric.
Good question.
Yep.
Anything else?
One more. I'm assuming a colorful one.
Yes. So Jody used a variety of
cherry wood, so
and
it's-
mine is just the 1 yards of the Euphoria. What, I already lost the name. Gradients Euphoria color.
And for the cherry wood, I'm using a medium color wheel bundle and a dark color wheel bundle. Color wheel bundle. Goodness.
It's a mouthful.
All right. So we are moving on to our Nordic Christmas. Wanted to talk through a little bit about our next block that we have that we've just completed. Nancy and I both tackled these blocks this week. So Mr. KP, again, if you could go to the overhead. This one is Nancy's and this one is
I
mine.
love it.
Mine is a testament to remembering to check your 1/4 inch seam. And I just started sewing and I wasn't thinking about it. And then, so my block is a little bit smaller than it needs to be. You can see next to Nancy's, mine is smaller because I have a larger 1/4 inch seam. And I know what I like to use here on the machine here, and I know what I like to use at home. Obviously,
They're different.
And so I just need to remind myself, I just sit down and start sewing, and then I'm like, oh, and then you got to keep going. Like, I'm not going to rip half of it apart when I realize that my 1/4 inch seam is a little heavier than it should be. And
well, and that's also a really good learning lesson is that it's not wrong.
Right.
Just be consistent in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So finish the project using the same 1/4 inch seam in there. So yeah, I wouldn't have ripped it apart either. I would have just kept going on there.
Yeah, I love this block. It was really, again, this is another one that I'm putting it together and I'm like, okay, is it gonna look as good as it should? And then
it's really pretty.
Come out. This one was fun. It's there's a little bit of cutting and again, a little bit of tediousness, and which brings me to, I wanted to touch on the cuts. Nancy there's the strips that are needed, and she's got her clips organized here. But you need 3 3/8 inch for one of the blocks or one of the cuts. And so the best way for us to tell you on the 3 3/8 inch, if you have not a quarters mini, but just a squared mini, this, I don't know if you can see it, this line right where I'm pointing is 3 3/8. So if you go over and match it up to this line instead of at the 0, and then cut at 3 3/8, you'll get that cut.
Oh, that's cool.
Because the other Stripology rulers don't have that, and so then you have to stop and think. I ended up going just to a regular ruler to do my 3 3/8, and then I have to think even harder because I'm like so used to using the Stripology rulers that I'm like, oh yeah, how do I use this again? So,
can you size up and then trim down?
Yeah, you could do that.
That's typically what I do because I don't want to think
about that. But yeah, that's what I should have done.
Yeah,
or could have done too. But the other thing that's really nice in the Master Your Stripology ruler book is when you need the 1 1/4 inch cuts. It tells you how to do that with the XL ruler or the squared ruler right on here too. So
and go back to that really quick. Do you see how she's using her ruler stickers to mark so she can follow along in the book? And you can take them off and they do not leave a residue or anything. So it's another use for the ruler stickers.
Yeah, good point. Thank you. So the block was really fun. We do have some pictures from people that have submitted from last month's block that have made the tree. So let's take a look at these.
I like that one.
This one was from Barbara.
I love the different colors in the
I like the
bulbs.
topography fabric on the tree itself that she used. And then the fun prints. I mean, my colors were kind of boring, but really ornaments on trees have a lot of colors. So I like how she did that. That was fun.
I agree.
Yeah. And then this next one is from Bonnie. And Bonnie's, it looks like
she's using 2 different colors.
Mm-hmm.
The green, which is fun.
Yep. And then I like the gold, kind of
yellowish
gold. Yeah, I like it.
Very
and
pretty.
then this last one was submitted by Tiffany. And
it looks like they're doing the kind of same.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe following what the pattern.
So hers she might have my kit actually, I think. With mine are kind of the richer, warmer tones, and Nancy's are kind of more the traditional tones.
Gotcha.
In our 2 different colorways. So, and it looks like she did some stitching around all of her ornaments, which I have not done yet. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to hand stitch them or if I'm going to throw them on the machine and stitch.
Are you
to adhere them better?
Can you do raw edge and then just quilt around, like when you quilt it, then it gets quilted?
Yeah, I could do that too. We'll see. I just worry if
if you don't quilt it enough,
Yeah, and it'll be one that'll be used.
Yeah.
So,
it's not my applique is not something I do a ton of.
No.
I mean, every time I get excited to do it, and then I do it, I'm like, oh, this is not as good as I wanted it to look like.
Well, that's what I'm a little bit nervous about, although I'm a little bit nervous about hand stitching around the balls themselves. The star will be no big deal, because that's what I'll probably do is just hand stitch them.
Yeah.
I like hand stitch.
Yeah, I would rather applique hand stitch too.
Yeah. So that is where we are at with our Nordic Christmas. Make sure that you send us in pictures on the GE or the GE crew, but hashtag GE Nordic Christmas so that we can easily find it, and then we can share next month your blocks. We'd love to see your stars as they're getting finished. And then Nancy's the one that keeps me organized when it comes to Nordic Christmas, so I have to say I'm not really sure what our next block is. I know we are going to be working on the deer, but I can't remember what else. So pay attention to your notes if you have the kit. Work on the deer, and then I'll make sure Nancy puts some notes in our blog about the other block that we're going to be doing. Nancy, if you're watching and if you feel like typing in really quick, tell Mr. KP what the other block is that we're going to be working on. But I know
what are we doing next?
I know it's the deer and maybe the hearts or the doves. I think it's the doves. Or maybe not. I don't know.
We will communicate that somehow. Yes,
for
somehow.
sure.
You guys take your guesses.
Yeah.
Start on the deer.
Maybe you get to determine what the next block is.
Yeah. So right now, this month until next month, Nancy and I will be working on and getting our blocks done. But for this month, everybody's working on their stars.
Nice.
Then we'll share with you our completed blocks next month, and then you'll know what they are. Tip from the retreat: use 80 or 100 thread for less visibility on applique.
I'm always
Thank
learning
you.
something new. Thanks, Sue.
Yeah, because I'm more at like a.
I just grab
60.
whatever's in my. I know that's probably wrong, by the way.
No, but for applique thread you don't want to see, like most of the applique that I do, I like to see the thread.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then I'm using heavier stuff. But good point. Thank you. I will take that into consideration. All right. Where are we at?
I lost my script, so I'm counting on you, Kara.
I think it's time for a question.
Did I take
we
it
have
from you?
No, I think it dropped on the floor.
Okay.
It's time for a question.
All right. Tell us what the question is.
I love. Actually, this fits well with our what we were talking about, famous people. But if you got to choose your name, what would it be and why?
Yeah. This was a question I thought about a lot when I was little. And now I can't tell you even. Like, why did my mom name me Kara? Why didn't she name me whatever? And I thought about it a lot when I was young. Mr. KP, have you ever thought about it?
A little bit. I think when I was younger, I didn't really love my name.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, because it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's Kobe for longer than KP. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would change it. Maybe I've been going to the gym, so Arnold.
Arnold.
Sure.
How's that sound?
You have been going to the gym. That's just good.
Well, I never appreciated my name. My full name is Joanna.
Oh.
And then they called me Jody because I'm named after my mom's sister, and her name is Joanna, and they called her Jody. So that's kind of how that worked.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wanted to be Crystal.
Really?
I don't know why. I named all of my Cabbage Patch dolls Crystal.
Just what you wanted to be?
Yeah, I don't know.
Awesome.
It wasn't until I got older that I really appreciate the meaning behind my name and all of the special things about it. But the thing I hated was everybody shortened my name all the time.
Oh.
So when I named my boys, I made sure that they were names that they couldn't really shorten.
And kids like, oh, I want a nickname.
Yeah,
Why did you name me?
Yeah. So like Jory, you can't really.
Shorten that, really?
Not really. I mean, Jor, but that's not how I'm going to do it. So I have a hard time saying Mr. KP because I naturally want to call people by their
first name.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boys have short 4-letter names.
Yep.
K-O.
Yeah, and yeah, Kobe, you ended up being Scooby. Like, that's his nickname.
Because one of the girls at daycare couldn't say Kobe, so she said Kubi.
Kubi.
And it turned into Scooby.
So now he's Scooby. Cohen, he's K-O, and then his last name, or his middle name is Joshua, and so he's Kojo.
Oh, interesting. So you actually did come up with
we
nicknames.
came up with nicknames because even in sports, you never really were called Scooby in sports for nicknames, but Cohen was called Kojo a lot in sports. And then Court, he's Quarters. So like all of their names became longer, not shorter.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my youngest is Jaden.
Yeah.
So
You can't really go with Jade because
No.
that's more female.
right,
or feminine.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you couldn't really shorten it. But he actually, what does he call himself? I don't
He
know.
said he'd come up with his
They
own.
came up with his own, and so did my oldest, because when he was young, he was the first kid in our like group of friends, and one of our friends used to call him Homie.
Homie.
So he kind of
Yeah.
stuck with that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and my sister-in-law gave all of my boys nicknames. They she calls them those. I mean, it's just endearing.
yeah,
Right? And my name was
German
always,
nicknames?
Yeah, and she was stationed in Germany, so she has a couple German nicknames for a couple of the boys. But I always wanted a nickname, and you can't make a nickname out of Kara.
no.
So that was kind of,
He used
that
to
was
call
one
me
of the
Odie.
reasons where I was like, I wish I had a longer name. so
You
I could
don't
make
want a nickname.
No,
No.
I did.
Otherwise, I suppose that you'd have more control if you did it yourself. Because otherwise, then they just make up whatever they want.
Yeah, true.
You know.
Oh, all right. So please, in the comments, let us know if you could have a different name, what would it be? Or what name did you want as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Crystal.
Crystal. And you can name all of your Barbies and your
Yeah.
and your Cabbage Patch dolls Crystal.
My Cabbage doll's name was Roger.
Roger?
Yes.
Was it a boy Cabbage
It
Patch
was
doll?
a-
Oh,
it was a
okay.
boy. Yep. Yeah, I think that set me up for just having boys. Like I had, how do you spell Court? K-O-R-T. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It's,
K.O.
yeah.
Cohen Court.
Yeah. So we've got my boys ended, long story. Don't need to go there, but yeah, they all ended up with K-O, 4-letter names. And so it was hard to come up with a K-O name towards the end.
Yeah, I
So I
bet.
was kind of like,
I'm glad I stopped it
Yeah.
too.
oh, no. Anyway, yes, please comment. We have a few things happening here, as always. We still have spots available if you are interested in going with Gudrun and Mr. HP to England on their tour to go to Birmingham. And
I don't want to go to that.
I know, yeah.
That
So,
quilt show is amazing.
so go, enjoy. Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Maybe. We have our celebration of 10 years of Stripology. As most of you know, Stripology Ruler has been around for 10 years, and we are giving away Stripology Rulers. We have 2 months left, Mr. KP.
Yep. 1 week
March-
left for Marches.
One more week for March, and then we have the Grand Poobah exciting big prize.
Yeah,
in
don't miss
April.
out. Get on there
So
and
if you aren't signed
sign
up,
up.
make sure you do.
they only
Yeah, if
have
you
to
don't
sign
know
up
what
once,
that-
right?
Only
Yep. Sign up once, you're in for everything. But April's prize is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All the rulers, ruler case, and master Stripology.
it's amazing.
Yeah, awesome. We have put together some beginner kits or some Stripology to extend your Stripology ruler kits.
I love it.
So we've got a beginner kit that comes with 2 classes, the Skylar and the Mia, that will go into your account. You get the Stripology Quickies book, 2 patterns, and a pack of stickers. That's on sale right now for $49.95. We've got the Creative Kit, which gives you 2 classes, Lilo and Spano. Maybe you should talk because my words aren't coming out right now.
I love these kits. I think they're going to be, it's an amazing opportunity for you who have bought in a ruler and kind of want to get into it. So the Creative Kit has the Stripology Quickies, the Stripology Mixology 3 book. You get Nikki, which I think
I
we
just
showed one of
made,
those
yeah.
and made. Amelie, and then the ruler stickers, which if you have the ruler, you need the ruler stickers, hands down. There's no question about that.
Yep.
And then I like this one too.
How many patterns you get in this?
Right. Yeah, right.
And it's only $79.95, which is a steal.
Yeah. And the Lilo and Svana are in the Stripology Quickies book
Yep.
for you. So
Yep.
you'll have the classes plus the book. So great deal.
Yeah, and the next one is the Success Kit, and this one I think is a must-have.
Right.
If you have a ruler, this is a must-have. And why I say that is you get the Master Your Stripology Ruler book, and which is going to walk you through every single thing you could do with your ruler. So it definitely is going to set you up for success. You get 2 different kinds of ruler stickers and the point trimmers. So all of these are great. I think that all of us could say at one point in our lives that we did not use our Stripology rulers to its fullest.
Yep.
And I think these all of these are going to get you to that point.
Yep.
So.
So check those out. We're very excited about them. They'll be just such a benefit. And even like working here and working on Gudrun's quilts all the time, the Master Your Stripology Ruler book, I reference it
All the time.
all the time.
Me too.
Yep.
Like almost every single time I do a quilt, I
Yep.
reference it.
Pull it out. Yep. So definitely do that. And then we do have a mystery bundle giveaway. So you can check that out as well on Facebook and Instagram. Comment and tag a friend, and you'll both
Both be entered. Yep. You both have to be following us as well.
Yep.
So
Yeah, make sure you do
hit
both.
that follow button.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise,
There's only one day left to that too. It'll be announced tomorrow on Happy Friday. So
Yes.
go comment, Facebook or Instagram.
Yep. I look to Mr. KP often because that's kind of his department, is to keep social media
Yeah.
going. And so if you comment or are on there, a lot of times he's posting what's happening around here. And so I look to him to fill in the blanks of what I'm missing.
please follow us on our
I know a
social
lot
media.
of the things going on.
Because they put some really cool stuff on social media. They do work really, really hard to give you some original content, and there's lots of tutorials and all kinds of stuff. So
Yep. Yeah, we do have, I'm just trying to think, retreats happening right now. What else am I missing that we have going on? We're gearing up to launch
we're
some perfect pair boxes in a couple of weeks. so those
Releasing
will
some
be coming.
FamFest information next
Oh.
week.
Yeah, we're
That's
releasing
right.
FamFest info. Yeah, so you can mark FamFest down in your calendar.
Little Pattern Club.
Yeah, got a little pattern club
Coming
happening.
out.
We've got little bundle club happening. Those will be shipping out at the very beginning of April. So if
Bundle
you,
Club is next month.
Yeah, bundle club is next month. So you can join bundle club, little bundle club, color club. You get it all next month.
Join every club. It's worth it. It's
Yes,
worth it. It's
yeah.
worth it.
So very exciting. But we are.
They don't
Angela's
sleep.
right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Any other questions or comments?
I think we're good for now.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. It is spring, everybody.
And don't forget to join us next month, April 17th. Nancy will be back, the real crew back
Hopefully.
in.
Yeah.
And
Not that we didn't mind you, Jody.
I know.
We love having
But,
you.
you know, the originals are always the best. The originals are the best.
The originals, the OGs.
The OGs, yes. So,
Happy Friday is tomorrow at noon. And Gudrun and Mr. HP will be tuning in quickly as they're in between, when they have a few minutes during retreat.
During lunchtime.
During lunchtime, yes. And then next week, Tipsy Tuesday, they will be back, hopefully recuperated from
Yes.
2 retreats back to back.
Dangerous next week and next
Yeah.
Tuesday. So if you're looking forward to block 2, that's coming up.
Yeah. So
And then 1 Yard Wednesday.
take you all the way around.
Yeah, lots for you.
All
Lots.
right. Well, goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and we'll
Thank
see you
you.
next time.
Bye.
Have a great day.